and welcome back to the Claire Newberry studio. We are demonstrating how to knit a three-colour fair iron, which we call a three-colour slip stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to start the fabric. So I've just cast on 20 by 20. Okay, I've got my punch card, my three-colour slip stitch punch card in the mechanism of the machine. Okay, we're on the 280, the Silvery 280. Okay, I've locked the card in on the first row of the pattern, and the first row of the pattern, when you put the card in, is 5 rows down inside the mechanism. Okay, and I can check that we've got the correct row because the first row of our pattern is correct in the little sort of grey feeler things here. Okay, so it reads the kind of the pattern, the first row of the pattern. Okay, so our first one is going to be 2 rows in red, and then we've got a gap of 4, then another 2 rows in red, and so on. So I know that that is the first row of my pattern. Okay, so on my graph here, which I'll show again later, okay, this is the first row. So I've got red, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of 2 other colours, and then red again. Okay, so I can check that I've got red, and then there's a 1 red there, then another gap of 4, and then another red one here, and a gap, and another red one here. Okay, so I can read off the first line of my pattern and know that it's registered in the card reader correctly. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I've locked it in position. Make sure, and this is very important, that you have the setting on the L. So that grey lever at the side where you're putting your punch card in is on L. Okay, so it's the fully forward position. Also, just out of view, but you can just see this, the rods here of the 2 tension units up above. Okay, because we're knitting in 3 colours. Okay, so we need 3 tension wires. Okay, so I've got 2 masts up here. Okay, so it's a bit messy up above, which is why I'm focusing on this part of the knitting machine. Okay, so we need 2 tension wires, or sorry, tension masts, and 3 tension wires. Okay, because we're knitting in 3 colours. Okay, so that's the setup done. Okay, I'm going to come across. I've got the levers. I'll just move you up a little bit here. So we've got the levers on the side of the carriage. They are back, okay, and they are on the triangles, okay, because we need to register this pattern onto the pattern drum. Okay, so I'm going to go across, okay, and I'm coming from right and I'm going to left. Okay, so that's the registration of the pattern card. So now I can release that pattern card to the triangle at the back there. Okay, and now I'm going to come in and knit my 2 rows in red. Okay, and I'm going to put my carriage on slip. Okay, so it's not F, it's slip. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 rows in red. Okay, there's my 2 rows in red, and then I take the red out, pop it along the edge of the machine, and then come in with colour number 2, which is blue. Okay, so if we look at our chart, our next colour is blue. So we've done the red, and now I'm coming in to do the blue rows. Okay, so it's 2 rows of blue. Okay, so I'll put that in and knit the 2 rows of blue. Okay, so that's blue done. Take blue out, pop it where the red one is, around the edge of the machine, and then you pop it in colour number 3, which is green. Okay, so whoops. Okay, so my 3rd colour is green. Okay, and this is where the pattern is for the green. Okay, so I've just managed to let that go, so I'm just going to pick that up again. Okay, pop the green in, and knit the 2 rows with the green. Okay, and then we go back to the red, which is over the other side. So we pick up the red again and we keep it in this sequence. So red, blue, green, red, blue, green. Okay, so you do have to have your wits about you a little bit. Okay, I've got incidentally, I've got the yarn threaded up as red, blue and green as well. So I've got them in the order that I'm going in, okay, because that might help as well. Okay, so I'm going to come across with 2 rows red, 1, 2, swap to the blue, you can incidentally get a colour changer to do this job for you. I don't think we've got any colours, but you can get a colour changer specifically for these machines, and that will hold the yarn for you. So this makes this bit a bit more speeded up. Okay, so in goes the green. Okay, 1, 2, back to red again. 1, 2, back to blue. Oops. 2 rows, 1, 2, into green, okay, green going in, okay, seem to have a loop there, never mind. Okay, so we build up the pattern, so rather than having the 2 colours working together and it's a lot more automatic, with the 3 colours it's split up. So you do 2 rows in the red, 2 rows in the blue, 2 rows in the green. Okay, so it's not as automatic, so it does take a little bit of a while to get into the groove of it. But once you've actually got mastered it, you can get some really quite nice, interesting results with the 3 colours. Yeah, it's a bit laborious. I'm not going to say it isn't, because it is a little bit more laborious. Okay, but I'm just going to carry on doing a few more rows, okay, and proceeding in exactly the same way. So 2 rows red, 2 rows blue, 2 rows green, and so on, until I've knitted the whole of the pattern that I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to finish here and show you the end result of the fabric and talk about how you punch your card out and how you do your graph. Okay, so so this is the pattern that we're going to produce. This is the working out, or the starts of the working out, for changing it into a 3 colour slip stitch design. Okay, so it is a little bit more involved, but as I say, you can get more than the 2 colour Fair Isle going on. It's more of a jacquard. It looks a little bit more involved, looks a bit more intricate with the 3 colours. Okay, so it is worth persevering, and you do get into the flow of it. I know it does look a little bit complicated to start with, and indeed it is, but once you, as I say, once you get into the flow, it does become a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to finish the video here and show you the end result, which hopefully will look something like that. Okay, so bye for now.